Hey everyone, Crystal here. Sorry for the late upload today. Last night was a little crazy, so I am finally here to do our daily reading for 11/17/2020. Let's see what the vibe is all about. I hope everyone is doing amazing. Let's see what our overall spiritual guidance is for the day. Ooh, Three of Swords right out the bat. Yikes. Okay, so we have the hello, Miss Daniel. I see some of you coming in for the live stream. Hello. Um, wow, the 17th is a little stressful. I have to be honest. You all know I always try to look at the light side of things, but I just think there was a lot with that last new moon in Scorpio we had a few days ago. And so I think that we're still seeing the residual of that today. And we've been having a common trend of the Four of Swords trying to say, take a break, take a rest, take time off. Even if you can't take time off work, which I know as busy people that we are, take that moment to either get up earlier to have that moment alone, or either put the kids to bed earlier so you can stay up a little later. Like, everybody needs that time alone, that time for introspection. But let's get to the point. So today we have the Three of Swords, which is the card of heartbreak. Okay, this is the card of sadness, trauma, third party issues in relationships. Just not feeling too loved, honestly. Sometimes the Three of Swords can really fuck with you mentally. And I hate to say it like that, but it can. It can make you feel like no one loves you. And then we know that's not true, from the higher perspective. But when things are very dramatic in your life, you tend to look at the worst. When things are very extreme, you tend to be extreme. So this is okay. Life is not perfect all the time, and you need days like this to appreciate great days that are just, you're just feeling amazing. And you can still feel very amazing with this energy today. Don't get it twisted. You just have to be careful. This is all swords. These are all swords cards. Three of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Swords. Oh my gosh, they go in order. Oh my gosh. Wow, that just scared me a little bit. Sorry, you all. See how extreme I am? Whoa, so that just kind of threw me a little bit because they're actually in order, which is not normal. So yeah, because in tarot, it goes the Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, Three of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Swords, Six of Swords, and so on. So, wow, that's funny. So yeah, this is definitely an air day. But the thing about it being an air day means that you need communication. You need to be able to talk and think about what it is that is going on. Don't hold it in. Talk to someone to make sure you're not going overboard with things or underboard. Sometimes we can think, oh, maybe it's me, maybe I'm this, and maybe it's not. Maybe you just need to talk to someone to get that level head. So this is funny. So yes, the Three of Swords is here asking us to not allow what has been a heartbreak or something stressful in the past to take you away from what is rightfully yours, which is happiness in life. And yes, rest is highly implemented because the Four of Swords is here. This is asking you to take a break. What happens after you break up with a partner, or after you have a stressful day or make a bad decision? Sometimes you need to sleep on it. Yes, talk and communicate because it's the Swords cards, but also take a break, and you might need to sleep on it. Like, if you're noticing that I'm talking and it's still not getting me anywhere, stop and go to sleep or meditate. Do something to get you outside of your head, okay? And the Four of Swords is also about the body. We need to take care of ourselves and our physical bodies. Make sure I'm finally done with my 3-day fast. I'm so excited. For those of you who keep up with me on Facebook, you should know, if you don't, I was on a 3-day water fast, water only, no food for 3 days. So when it hit 12 a.m., baby, let me tell you, I had food waiting. I think I ate too quick and I went into like a food shock. Like, I ate and it was crazy. And I just almost passed out because I was just like, But anyway, the Four of Swords is saying take a break, okay? Or do that meditation, or do that self-work, or do that fast if you feel like you need it. Now, the last card we have here is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is the conflict card. It's, I'll do anything to get ahead. If I want it, I'll get it. I'm not going to lie to you all. I normally, I know this sounds bad. I'm sorry if I offend anyone who loves me. I still love you. But I normally don't like, or I normally try to avoid people who are like, I get everything that I want. It's like, I love your confidence, but God, like, that sounds a little, I don't know. It always sounds bad to me when people are like, I get everything that I want. I feel like it's a level of scandalousness with that. Because, and I could be wrong, you all, please don't attack me in the comments, just hear me out. And I know that we can come from two different places with that, so let me start there. We can have those moments to where it's like, whatever I want in life, I get. I go after it, and I push through it. But then we have other vibrational frequencies that's like, I'll do anything that I need to do to get ahead because I get what I want. I've always gotten what I wanted and I always will. So if that's your man and I want your man, I'll take your man. And it's like, whoa, like that's the vibration I can't get with. Like, shout out to my ladies who follow me who are like that, but it's just, I'm not like that, okay? And I can't call you wrong for being like that, right? But it's just something about that to where I feel like, I don't know, it almost walks the line of scandalousness. And because you can. If you're like, hey, I'll do anything to get ahead, I'll sleep with the boss, I'll, whatever, then it's kind of like, where's the integrity? Like, then what happens when the next person comes around, the next gal who's younger than you or more vibrant comes around and decides to take them away from you? Like, I feel like you reap what you sow. That's what I'm getting at. And I find people who have that personality trait in life, I normally that part of them I don't mesh well with. And the Five of Swords is that. It's like, I'll argue with you. I'll say what needs to be said. And sometimes, honestly, you all, we need an argument. We need confrontation. That way we can get to the root of whatever the problem is. But we wouldn't have to get to those places of confrontation and arguments if people just listen to one another. If we actually heard our partners when they're talking, or if our boss actually listened to us when we were saying, I need a raise, I've been working hard, like, it's only so long you can say stuff in a nice tone before you lose it. And sometimes that can be the Five of Swords. So you have to be careful with that. Yes, sometimes you have to say what needs to be said to get your point across. But ultimately, if it's just causing so much trauma, pain, anger, you probably just need to let it go. And that's what it comes down to, at least today, right? Let it go. Focus more on your health, your vitality. We did have the Strength card at the bottom of the deck, which really is our saving grace. And this is Leo's energy. Leo is all about the heart and the heart chakra and forgiving and learning and loving and growing. And so whenever this card shows itself, it says, first off, let's slow down and be patient. You catch more bees with honey, as they say. So you do better when you have I'm not forcing someone to do this, I'm asking, or maybe I'm persuading you in a more passive receptive way versus telling you that you will be my boyfriend or telling you that you will be my best friend. Like, we can't force people to do things. And this woman has learned that in life, because she's learned that when I have a soft approach with this lion, this beast, and maybe this beast actually is her. Maybe this beast is another reflection of herself. We all have a dark side. We all have primal energy. And so maybe this is her showing all of us that we should tame and honor and acknowledge our parts of us that we try to stuff down deep. We should honor and acknowledge and be nice to the parts of us that we don't like so much. The extra roll that you might have, or the stretch marks, or the too big nose, or whatever it is, all these crazy stereotypes that we put on ourselves. Maybe you should just love it a little bit more. Maybe you should appreciate it a little bit more. And I know this sounds bad, but I'm just being honest. Me and my one of my best friends, we were watching, it's like Amy and Ella or something. I'm totally making up the names. It was the first, I didn't even know the show existed. But it's these two sisters and they're both super obese. And so they started on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. And then they decided they got a TV contract with TLC. And they are the most loving people to me. Like, especially I think it's the younger sister. So sweet. always trying to help her sister from what I saw of the, 20 minutes that I watched. I felt like that, right? I haven't watched the whole series, but you could just see so much trauma they dealt with as children, and they've constantly been trying to pull themselves out of it. But food is their only comfort. And you all, I know some of you might be laughing at me like, Crystal, get over it. Just they need to just stop eating. But it's not that easy when you've dealt with so much pain and when nobody believes in you and when everyone has told you that you're not anything. It's not that easy when you've never been shown love. And maybe you started off early. I saw one picture of one of the older sister who's more obese, and she was super big even when she was a baby, like a child. I can't imagine the trauma she went through at school. So as much as it's fun to laugh, and even we have to laugh at our pain, you all, at some point. We have to laugh at it because you got to laugh to keep from crying. And that's how it is. And I think that we have to use those words of wisdom today. Laugh instead of crying. If you have to cry, then so be it, but laugh later. Don't take yourself so serious today. Find that moment to say, okay, I'm going to tame whatever is that thing that I can't control in my life, whether it's overeating, whether it's smoking too much cigarettes, whether it's gambling, whether it's drugs, whether it's being codependent in relationships and not knowing how to be alone. Whatever it is, confront that today and acknowledge that and find ways to be nice to yourself through it. So I hope that this helped. I'm sending a lot of love to everyone, that you'll feel this beautiful energy of strength, which is the heart and courage. This is actually a really amazing day, but it's room for error. So you just have to be aware. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you all later.